Over the course of debate here, I've heard commentary that I feel misrepresents Bill 13. So I'll make some quick comments to set the record straight in a few different areas, then explain the problem that we're solving for, and finally provide some corrective comments around process where education and school boards are concerned, and then naturally give a recommendation on the amendment. First, this bill only applies to entities that exist on Alberta's consolidated balance sheet. Effectively, the GOA is the parent organization, and ABCs are the subsidiaries. So that means that infrastructure assets are already owned by the province and previously paid for by the taxpayers of Alberta. Now, lands transferred, Mr. Chair, are being done at book value, and that's because that is the valuation attributed to those assets on that same consolidated balance sheet. And net book value allows for transfers on a balance sheet without adjustments to our financial position. But also because it's also being done because the GOA already paid for these properties. So with the consolidated entity receiving the asset virtually for free. So net book value is actually a significant net gain for a school board or any consolidated entity. But I'll have some more to say on that a bit later. There are exceptions here, Mr. Chair. Bill 13 does not apply to grazing leases, as these have a long-standing process and a history, so we felt that those would be best to remain with the Department of Agriculture. Donated lands with caveats. This is applied naturally because we want to honor the wishes of donors. Family accommodation within Alberta Housing Act, and here we felt that decision making where affordable dwellings are concerned was best assessed through ASHC, and naturally no entity should be permitted to transfer away liability around contaminated sites, and land trusts are excluded as well, with regulations being developed. Next, on the paramountcy thing, this is the easiest way to deal with the numerous existing acts that are out there that deal with property, thus avoiding excess administration and avoidance of potential inconsistency and conflicting provisions. Now, the problem that we're solving for here, Mr. Chair, in Alberta and across Canada, governments purchase land, they build the infrastructure, and then they transfer those assets away to their agencies, boards, and commissions, and they do that for a nominal fee, and that's typically $1. So if the GOA wants to use those lands for priority projects in the future, it's expected by those ABCs that we will repurchase that land or lease those very same properties back at market value. So, Mr. Chair, these are lands that the people of Alberta already paid for once, and we are purchasing those back a second time. Properties the GOA paid for, transferred to an ABC for $1, and exist currently on Alberta's current balance sheet. So this doesn't make a lot of sense, Mr. Chair. Now, it was mentioned more than once by opposition members that they couldn't understand how the province would save money through Bill 13. And in the last 5 years, the province has transferred away assets in the order of $3.3 billion. And our ABCs hold over $83 billion in land and building assets. So I think that that should be a little bit of an eye-opener as to the magnitude of the potential savings. Now, where school boards are concerned, I'd like to explain the process, because decision-making on surplus lands remains exactly the same as it does now. There's no change, Mr. Chair. Currently, schools are built and assets, including land, are transferred to the school division for a nominal $1 fee upon construction completion, and typically held in a municipal school reserve. When land at some time in the future is deemed surplus, the school board notifies the Minister of Education, who will sign off allowing the division to sell that property. And the current practice is to offer the municipality first right of purchase. And this is the element that we're altering. Now the GOA will have first right. So if the property is deemed surplus by the school board, they'll notify the Minister of Education. If the minister approves that surplus classification, the school board will notify infrastructure in writing, giving the GOA an opportunity to assess potential priority opportunities. If the GOA chooses to retain the land, they will pay book value for the property. If the GOA chooses not to proceed, then the school division can offer the property at market value to the municipality, and then to the marketplace if the municipality decides to pass as well. So once again, this does not change decision-making around surplus land for school boards. Mr. Chair, the opposition has made some claims around Bill 13, but these changes are good policy, plain and simple. It's just, this is just common sense stuff. So the RPG Act, it creates first a single inventory system with a platform that will have a public interface, and second, it creates a right of first refusal for lands under the GOA's balance sheet. This is going to reduce red tape. Oh, the red tape minister didn't look up, but with having fewer transactions, it will increase transparency and improve decision-making, naturally saving millions of dollars by not repurchasing or leasing of lands more than once. So it's common sense, Mr. Chair. With that said, you know, I would not recommend us moving forward with this amendment, as it provides exceptions that kind of circumvent the nature of this bill. Thank you, Mr. Chair.